Okay, so I believe we are having a full house now, over 25 people on the call now, and it's amazing to have every single one of you here. So without taking too much time, we'll move directly into the program. So my name is Emmanuel. I'm the project lead for Muna Kalati, and we just rebranded to Muna. So I'm the project coordinator for Muna, and I was the leading coordinator for the SDG4Kids Animation Contest, which is coming to a close today. And it doesn't end here though. So I'll let you know the program outline for today, what we have on the itinerary, and I'll hand over the program to the next person in line. So today, of course, we've welcomed all of you. After this session, which is me having a lot of talk to do now, I would introduce the founder and convener of this prestigious contest, the SDG4Kids Animation Contest, in the person of Mr. Christian Elonge. And he will give an introductory remarks. And after that, we'll be playing a participant feedback video. And once we are done with that, we will be showcasing some of the selected works that we had during the contest. Then we would also have the award presentation, which I know most of you are well up for. So we'll be showing the various awards, the various categories that we have there. And after that one, we would have words from the various winners. They would give a few words of appreciation or whatever is on their mind. They will share with you briefly. And then we'll be having the closing remarks. Then we'll be talking about some few announcements that we have for you. We'll take the group photo and then celebration moment, and we'll be out of here in a jiffy. So without much ado, I'd like to introduce the convener of the SDG4Kids Animation Contest in the person of Mr. Christian Ilonge. Hello, sir. You have the platform.
Okay, so thank you so much, Emmanuel, for the great coordination. I'm putting my camera. I hope everybody will be able to see me clearly. Okay, so thank you all. It's a pleasure being here. Here is Christian, and it's a pleasure having organized this initiative. As many of you already know, the reason for which we organized this animation contest was primarily because, number one, we realized that there was a need of training storyteller as to how to create animation stories that are relevant for the children audience. As you may have realized, there is a lot of animation content that we can find online, but very few of them are focusing on the African market. And for those that are focusing on the African market, you know, the narrative that is peculiar to children or meaningful to children was not properly integrated. And that's one of the reasons why we had this contest. The second reason for which we had it was also because we realized that the SDG goals were being communicated a lot, but the children were being left out in terms of audience to whom the SDG must be explained. So there were initiatives that were being done, specifically at the level of books. If you check online, you are going to find initiative around, you know, children book and SDG and all of that. But in the area of animation, that was not yet the case. So we decided to launch this contest so that children will have the ability of understanding the SDG through the project that will be produced. And over 2 months down the line, we can boldly declare that the goal that we had set initially have been achieved. There were some of the sessions that most of you participated in that enable you to be able of crafting and perfecting your animation skills, and also the final product that you have put together and for which we are coming today to celebrate and to acknowledge. So on behalf of the entire team at the level of Muna TV and also Muna, we would like to thank each and everyone for the time that you have invested in putting this together. And we are going to project some of the works that have been done. We believe some of you may not have had the opportunity of seeing what other of your colleagues or peers have done. So this is an opportunity for you to acknowledge what each one has done, to celebrate it, to learn from it. And we'll also give time as we go through to hear your feedback concerning the program and see how best, you know, to part a new wave, you know, for the African animation industry. That new wave will ultimately be about the next phase for this program, which basically will continue. This was the maiden edition. We are going to have another edition by 2026, where we'll be bringing a new cohort of animators. And we look forward of developing something as the African Animators Academy, which will basically be enabling animators to be trained fully online on various modules of animation. So we have started engaging with some of the animation studio who will be able of coming on board to facilitate that. We also like to acknowledge the support of our partners, Media Mills Media, Orange VFX, and the other Parables Animation Studio, and every other person who has contributed in making this a success. So we are going to look at the next element on the agenda. And thank you so much for each and everyone who was involved. And let's work together to build a stronger animation industry where every African child will be able of seeing himself being represented in the content that are being produced. Thank you, and we look forward to the next phase. Thank you. So, Emma, please, you can continue, please.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that insightful remarks that you just shared. And all of you can attest to the fact that this maiden session has been nothing short of invaluable, where you've gone through rigorous training and also been given time to work on your various projects. So the next thing on the itinerary now is watching a feedback that we collated from various participants. If we don't hear what you have to say concerning this workshop, then we didn't know whether we are doing the right thing or not. So we reached out to a number of you to share your feedback, your candid feedback with us, and you did so. So in the next few minutes, you'll be watching what colleagues have to say concerning the maiden edition of the SDG4Kids Animation Contest.
Emma, your video is not visible. Don't know if you can check it. Okay.
Hello, my name is Samuel Adeju. I'm one of the contestants for Kalati SDG for Kids from Nigeria. Now, my experience at the contest is an amazing one. It brought out the creativity and innovation in me, which I didn't know that it was there also. So, and also the way the officials at Kalati TV embraced everybody. They taught us everything that we're supposed to know. They didn't just leave us, they didn't just hang us out to dry. They taught us everything we needed to know regarding animation, African stories, how to craft appealing stories that will really benefit African children, right? All centered on African. So it gave me the idea of how my characters, the scene, the plot, everything, the quality will look like. And it was an amazing experience having to be in the same room with different contestants from different countries. So it was a very game changer for me. A lot about things in animation, the animation world, from the people that were brought to talk to us. Now, people in their own field doing excellently well, like Jesse and others. And even talking about animation business, animation entrepreneurship, when Madam Tony was brought to speak with us. So it was an experience which is unforgettable for me, and I would recommend this contest every day, like any time that I get to recommend this contest. Monacry TV is a very good platform where children are taught things that will benefit them, and which will also help them to be able to contribute better things to the world around them and society at large. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Mona TV. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yogi Sitaoji and I'm currently an independent artist. To me, animation is a means of escape. Having a very wide and vivid imagination, I at times like to realize these imaginations and actually appreciate them. So through animation, I'm able to create these scenes and these worlds and fulfill these desires that I have. The SDG4Kids contest has inspired me in many ways, particularly in my mindset. During the workshop and sessions that we had, I began to realize how vast and how developed African industry is, and it made me realize that we are actually on a good trajectory, and this is actually something possible that I can have as a career. After the program, I expect to make more animations that I can share with the world, as well as expand and possibly create my own animation studio. I'd like to entreat everyone to support SDG countries as it has helped inspire me and give me access to a wider audience who can share in my dreams. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Oluwayemi Osite, the founder of All Worthy Media. I am one of the participants of the SDG4Kids Animation Contest. Being a part of the SDG4Kids Animation Contest has been one of my most inspiring experiences so far. It pushed me deeply to think about how to tell stories using technology to make children see themselves as part of the solution to the global issues. And also the mentoring session that we were put through along the animation contest, I learned so much about it, not just about animation contest, but telling empowering stories and also business of animation. Thank you so much for the organizers of the SDG4Kids Animation Contest, because it also gave me the opportunity to rediscover myself in my creative ability. Thank you. I'm so glad I was able to participate in the SDG4Kids Animation Contest.
My experience in the Kalati contest has been both informative and challenging. I've actually entered my animated work into a contest before, but none of it has been quite like this. First off, I want to acknowledge the Kalati team not wanting the animators to stay in the same skill level as they were when they first joined. Instead, they made workshops and brought professionals from all over the field to come and inspire and teach us. I found that very educative for myself and others. I also appreciate them being in the kiddie space and making clean and responsible videos for kiddies, because I am also a proud kid. So I am very appreciative of the work they do in that field. All in all, this contest has challenged me and brought my cognitive senses to new heights. Because if I showed you the pain this tab endured when it was going to the contest because of the amount of work that has to be done in such a short space of time, I could not believe it. So this contest has really challenged me and heightened my senses and my animative power. Overall, this contest has challenged me and made me to raise my game. So I give a big kudos to the Kalati team, and I wish them very good luck in their endeavors. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. You know, guys, if you could be giving some virtual applause here and there, it would really help, because you know the program is happening virtually. So I think that was a wonderful session that we just had with various of the participants sharing their experience of this contest. And we must say that that is where we find joy. That's where we find joy. The fact that you got to see the essence of what we were putting together. Okay, I see Brian Lathroup's hand up. Is there a consent, please? I'm pretty sure she's trying to clap, but she ended up raising her hand. Okay, so we move on to the next thing on the itinerary, which is we are going to watch some of the amazing works that you all put together. When we were putting these works together, we were wondering, how could you guys come up with such creative works? And it's so inspiring to see all of these things being done right here in Africa. We are working with over 13 people, 13 African countries over here. Some of you are from Malaysia, some of you are from Togo, some of you are from Cote d'Ivoire, some of you are from South Africa, all over the continent doing great things, crafting compelling African narratives. In the next few minutes, we are going to watch a compilation of these stories that you had. Unfortunately, not everything could fit into that because of time, But if you see your work being highlighted, do give us a thumbs up, show some love, and let's enjoy watching this. Thank you.
My throat is drier than my chair.
Education is for everyone.
It must be so. It must be so.
Cholera, typhoid. They're having a party in the dirty water.
Though your beginnings may be small, your later days can be very great.
Lovely, 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 lovely. Did you enjoy that? I think I really want to watch it again because that compilation just shows me something. It shows me that beyond even this workshop, right, it shows the future of the African animation industry soaring higher and higher to compete with global standards. And it's just so amazing to watch all of this. It's just so amazing to watch all of this. Can I see by hand anyone who saw their work in there? If you saw your work in there, let me see by hand. Okay, Mark did. Ayomi did. Okay. Okay, quite a number of you actually saw. Quite a number of you actually saw. So, we will now move from this segment. Kindly give me just a second.
Okay, I can see Mark and Coleman having raised their hand. Mark, would you like to share something before we continue? Okay. Yeah,
I think they
was
were raising
just
they were, they were raising their hands because I asked that those who saw their work should raise their hand. So
okay.
that's yes.
Yeah.
So let's continue. Let's continue. All right. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So we are moving to the next segment of the program, and that is what we know most of you have been waiting for. This is the awards segment of the program. This is the awards segment of the program. And before we go into the awards, most of the I believe some of the reviewers and then the judges are on the call, and it was quite an interesting time when we were putting everything together. So I'd like to break it down to you for you to understand how the awards were put together so that we all understand that it was on a fair ground, right? So when we started a contest with over 40 of you, and then we concluded with 18 of you submitting your final work. Right, 18 of you submitting your final work. We do understand that there were challenges with time, because when we checked the feedback session, most of you were talking about how you needed ample time to do your work. We've acknowledged that, and going forward, in subsequent sessions that we'll be having for this contest, we will give you ample time to work on. However, the various categories or the awards were reviewed on this basis. So we had fields for creativity and originality, right, which had to do with how your storytelling, your concepts, your artistic approach was unique, right? We had scores for that. And then relevance to African children, because if you understand, we mentioned that Muna is an Afrocentric company or an African-oriented organization that is building stories or creating stories, compelling stories for the African child to resolve the critical underrepresentation of authentic African culture in children's media. So we were looking at how your stories were relevant to the African child and their family. We're also looking at the presence of educational themes or relevance to the SDGs, right? How educative was your story? Because you're not just looking at entertaining the children or their families, we are looking at how we can also educate them through these narratives. So we looked at that one as well. Then we looked at the visual consistency, graphics, and then the character design. Visual consistency, graphics, and then the character design. All right. So we looked at how most of your characters were consistent, especially those who are using AI, because we know sometimes that's where the difficulty comes in, how to keep your characters consistent. So those also had scores. Then we looked at the sound and audio quality. The sound and audio quality. Here, the judges were more lenient because they realized that sometimes animators are not all in one. You are not the character designers, you are not the renderers, you are also not the sound or audio. How do I put this? I think it is the narrators of the story. So we were very considerate here, and we didn't put so much weight score on this particular side, the sound and audio quality. Then we looked at the age appropriateness. Is the animation that you worked on appropriate for children between the ages of 4 and then 12, right? Then we also looked at, we kept iterating this one, and I think you actually took us for our word. We looked at attendance of the workshops. Attendance of the workshops. So we looked at the number of workshops that you attended, all right? And then your participation in the workshops as well, and your participation on the platform. Okay, because we didn't want the platform to be a dormant place. So we were interacting with you, resources were being shared with you. We're looking at those who are also engaging. This also came with scores. All right. Then we looked at the potential of your story being developed into SDG animation series, because that's the goal here. If you remember, we had Mr. Christian along, they have a session on serialization in the animation industry, how you could adapt series when it comes to animated stories in Africa. We also looked at the potential of it, right? But there was not so much weight score here either, because we wanted to have a fair ground for you. So after this, there were many, I think a number of judges who reviewed your work separately, and then we met several times to deliberate on which awards to be given. If we were left to us, each and every one of you deserves an award, even for the fact that you took the time to create these stories. So now we want to appreciate you. We want you to just even take a few seconds to applaud yourself for taking the time to go through this contest. As you heard Caleb say on the testimonial video, that it's been work, and we understand more and more how it takes a lot of time to work on. So give yourself a hand of applause. You've done well. Each and every one of you deserves an award, and you are all amazing. I'm clapping for you wherever I am now. So we will move straight into the awards. There are different award segments. So this is how it will go. We have an award for the best animation technique, right? Then we have an award for the best storytelling, how your story was so compelling that the reviewers and then the audience got glued to their screen when they were watching that 1 to 2 minutes video, right? We also have an award for that segment, the best storytelling. Then we have another award for Audience Choice Award. We have one for Audience Choice Award. Audience Choice Award. So the Audience Choice Award has to do with, we had a number of people look at the various nominations that we had for the stories, and then they also came to share what they think about the stories that they watched. So the number of people who decided for a particular story, that's the person who won the Audience Choice Award. And we have the drum rolling one, the overall best animation. This person was able to go extra mile to make sure that everything was intact with this animation. The various fields that I mentioned to you, this person made sure that they had met every single criteria needed, right? It doesn't mean that none of you gave attention to detail, but we looked at the scores and this is the person who came out with the best score, the highest score. So that's the overall best. Then we have the first runner-up. We have the first runner-up and we have the second runner-up. So we mentioned all of them. Then we have special mentions, right? So the special mentions have to do with the various SDGs. So SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 2, SDG 3, SDG 4, through to SDG 17. All the various SDGs, we have people who won in just that category. We'll also be showcasing that. But because of time, we'll be showing it in a montage so that you see that. But then after this call, we'll share design flyers with you for your various awards and also your certificates be shared with you via mail so that you can also use them however you deem fit. And after that, we will hear a few things from the overall best, the first runner, the second runner. Then maybe the audience choice award will also share a few things. Then we'll take our picture and we'll go on with the program. Yes, so I believe we are all aligned with how the whole thing was created. Are we on the same page, please?
Yes, please. Richard, are you in? Mr. Richard, are you in? From Orange VFX and Samuel, the members of the jury. I see many participants. I don't know if they have joined already. Okay, I guess they are not in. Okay, then we can continue, Emma.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Let's continue. So we'll start with the first awardee. Once the person is being awarded, kindly show your celebration through your reactions, right? The hand clapping or showing love to keep them motivated as well. So we start with the best animation technique. The best animation technique. Okay. Woo! Yes, so the person who won the best animation technique is none other than Mark. Those of you who don't know Mark, I'm going to show the picture shortly. So the best animation technique was by Mark. Let's give it up for Mark. Let's give it up for Mark. Let's give it up for Mark. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll move to the next one. We'll move to the next one. And this one would have to be, so congratulations to you, Mark. We are proud of you, everyone from Muna, then the SDG4Kids Animation Contest team. The next person will be the best storytelling. So this person's story was just so gluing that when the reviewers were looking at the story, they had to watch it over and over again to fully grasp the whole concept. And the truth is, every story that we've created here will be uploaded on the Muna TV. So once the stories on Muna TV, you can go there and also watch them and then also get to see what your colleagues came up with. So we are looking at the best storytelling. The person whose story was very captivating, as I have said. Okay. So I'll be sharing that shortly.
The screen has stopped. Is it only on my side?
No, I think
No.
maybe.
Oh,
Okay. Let's wait a little. Emmanuel? Okay.
what the time for network to be failing us like that?
I think Emmanuel got disconnected. I'm sure it's network issue. So let's wait a bit for him to reconnect. But in the meantime, before him reconnecting, okay, maybe we'll discuss that at the end. Who else would like to share feedback, or any other consideration concerning the program, in case you may not have had the opportunity so far? As we are waiting for Emma to come and we continue. Anybody, your feedback, your impression, what are your takeaway? What are you moving forward with? What are you going to do differently? Are there new collaboration that you have established with other animators that you would carry on from here?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, Samson.
Good afternoon, everybody, and congratulations. I don't know if that has been said, but then I'm not an animator. Well, I am, but I'm with Muna TV, and I also got the privilege to watch all of the works, the fantastic work that you guys made. I can tell that a lot of time and effort went into it, and I'm just proud of all of you, and I'm happy that like you guys, well, a lot of you guys took advantage of AI, and like your stories were, how do I say, they were interesting. Yes, I loved sitting down and just watching what other animators are doing, and I just want to say you guys have really done well, and yeah, like Charlie, like keep growing. And I really, really love what I saw. And for me, I was having a hard time like deciding, who would win what, or I was thinking, oh, this one should have won this. But then, whenever we say there's going to be a winner, we obviously have to pick one. But then all I want to say is congratulations, and I like everything I saw. Thank you very much.
Amazing. So sorry, I had to drop off. I had some connectivity issues. Can we continue, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So I was just about showing the image of the person who won the best storytelling. So let me do that right away. Okay. So Miss Grace Samuel was the one who won the best storytelling with a story title Switched Realities. Switched Realities. We are not showing the entire story here because we want you to go and then watch it on the Mona TV when we are done. You have the best experience there. So congratulations, Miss Grace. You did great. You did great. Congratulations to you from the entire team. Okay, let's give it up for Miss Grace. Let's give it up for Miss Grace. So now we'll go on to the next award, which is the Audience Choice Award, which is we are welcome, Miss Grace, which is the Audience Choice Award. So this is the award that I explained that quite a number of people looked at it and then they decided to go with that as what they preferred. So without much ado, I'll be showing that video shortly. So congratulations to Kelly Agbola, the youngest animator in this contest. He won the Audience Choice Award. Congratulations to you, Kelly. And those of you who don't know Kelly, I think everyone now knows Kelly. I'm going to show his pictures shortly. Congratulations to Kelly for winning the Audience Choice Award. Congratulations to you. You did great. I could see the amount of work that you put into your submission. So this is Caleb. This is Caleb. Congratulations to you. Caleb is from Nigeria, from Modola Studios. And the story was the broken plate on the SDG 10. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Okay. Congratulations, Caleb. Yes. Let's keep on congratulating him. He did great. He's the youngest. He's actually 11 years old. Yes, he's 11 years old and he dedicated time back from school and to work on this. He's done great. He's done great. Okay. So we will move on to the next award. We'll move on to the next award. I love what you guys are doing. I love the energy on the platform. Congratulations, Kelly, once again. So now we are going to look at the special mentions, right? I want the overall best to be the last one. So we're going to look at the special mentions. Then I'll mention the first runner-up, the second runner-up, then the overall best. So these special mentions are those who won in the various categories. The SDGs that I mentioned, SDG 1 through to 17. So it's just a montage that is briefly showcasing your work, the title of your work, the SDG that you're looking at, right? We didn't spend so much time there, but as I said, various certificates will be issued you for winning these awards. So I'll be playing that shortly. Okay. All right, I think to make it better, I'll be mentioning it as it's going, as it's playing, right? So that you hear your names as well. So I'll start over so that you can hear the names because we couldn't get all the images to put in here. So let me start again. All right, everyone. So for the special mentions, I think I love this MC job. The SDG 1 No Poverty was Anyeka say Mana, Victory at Last. SDG 2 Zero Hunger, we had Samuel Ayodeji, Hope Champion. SDG 3 we had Samuel Adio Mola Ayodeji, Hope Champion again. And SDG 4 Quality Education had the Manager Sheds by Dennis Kitona, Within had gender equality, we have Aduke and the Solar now. SDG6, clean water and sanitation, we had Nathaniel Coleman. SDG7, affordable and clean energy, we had Aduke and the Solar Lamp again. SDG8, we had decent work and economic growth, the magical shift from Venice. SDG9, we had Tales of Pecunia by Christopher K.A. Baden. Reduced inequality SDG10, we had Deborah Adelike. Then SDG11, we had Our Dream Country by Ofuri Lisa. SDG12, we had Our Dream Country once again by Lisa Akoten. SDG13, Climate Action, we had Verena, The Blue Heart of the Earth. SDG14, we had Life Below Water by Verena, The Blue Heart of the Earth once again. SDG15, we had Life for Earth, Life for Earth. And SDG16, we had Peace, Justice, Christopher K.A. Begging to also again. And finally, SDG 17, we have Hope in Camden Samuel Ayodeki. Congratulations to all the awardees for these various segments, the special mentions. If you saw your name there, you won multiple awards. Congratulations to you. I think at this point you can even unmute and then give some woo, a little shout will do. let's congratulate them. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to put all of this together. Some of them won multiple awards. And it's not easy to take the time and then work on all of these things. Congratulations to every single one of you. And as I said, there is a created flyer and certificate for you that will be shared with you right after this contest. So don't lose heart that if you didn't see your face there, we are going to send those ones to you. And we'll also be posting on our socials and also to our partners as well. So now that we are done with the special mentions, we are going to now tackle what everyone has been looking at, right? What everyone has been looking at. So we'll start with the second runner-up, then we look at the first runner-up, then we look at the overall best. No, I think, yes, best winner works, not overall best. So the best winner for the contest, SDG4Kids Animation Contest, Maiden Edition 2025. So let's look at the second runner-up for this year's edition. Salasi Kwame, kindly mute yourself. There's noise from your background. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the second runner-up for the SDG4Kids Animation Contest 2025, Maiden Edition. It's in the person of none other than Mr. Mark Kakuma from Uganda. Congratulations for being the second runner-up for this year's contest. Congratulations to you, Mark. Thank our infographic of Mark again. Congratulations to you, Mark. You did amazing. You did amazing.
Woo! Woo! Mark.
I think Mark is cheering himself on. If he's seeing that no one is cheering him on.
I think for those who are okay to put their video on, please feel free to do that. So that the session will be more interactive.
That's true.
In case your internet allow you to. Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark. Very nice young man. All the way from Uganda, it takes the second runner-up position for the SDG4Kids Animation Contest Maiden Edition 2025. Congratulations to you, Mark. Okay, so we'll be looking at the... Oh, you guys are smiling so wide. It's good. Amazing, amazing. I wish I could tell my own, but I don't want the internet to disrupt our conversation. So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's look at the first runner-up for this year's contest. The first runner-up. Is everyone ready? I think you can do the drum roll. Ooh. Congratulations, Mark. I'm really enjoying myself here. So I'll be showing the first runner-up for this year's contest. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, help me celebrate the first runner-up for the SDG4Kids Animation Contest 2025. Maiden edition goes to none other than Mr. Samuel Adedemola. Amazing. You did amazing. Congratulations to you, Samuel. Congratulations to you, Samuel. So this is the image of Samuel. Let me show that surely. Everyone, so this is Samuel, and he won. I think Samuel won the best animation technique as well. So this is his either third award on this contest. Congratulations to you, Samuel. So this is Samuel. Am I showing the right person?
No, please. This is Mark.
Okay, let me. I could tell I was not showing the right person.
So happy.
Okay, sorry about that. Let me quickly show Samuel here. Let me quickly show. So Samuel is from Nigeria, all the way from Nigeria, and his story title was Hope in Tambian. Guys, I encourage you to watch Hope in Tambian. It's just an amazing story. You would really love as you watch it. Hope in Tambian. Yes, I think I got the picture right this time. So the gentleman in the suit with the yellow tie, the golden tie, is Samuel from Nigeria, winning the first runner-up with the story Hope in Tambian and SDG Go 3. Congratulations, Samuel. Congratulations. We are all proud of you. All right. So now we are at where we were all waiting to be. The overall winner for the contest. The overall winner for the contest. Drum roll. Okay. So we are now here. The overall winner for the contest. And you know, I think I can tell from the screen that some people's hearts is beating. No, don't let your heart beat. Everything is fine. Everything is in place. Everything, everything is in place. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can hear the sound though.
No, please.
You cannot hear the sound. Let me see. I don't want to spoil this moment, so let me. I don't want to spoil the moment for the best person. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first or the overall best winner for the SDG4Kids Animation Contest 2025 maiden edition is none other than Nathaniel Coleman from NC Studio, Ghana, with a story Clean Water for All. Clean Water for All. Congratulations to Nathaniel. Congratulations to Nathaniel.
Congratulations.
Nathaniel did a great work. Congratulations to you, Nathaniel. So what we will do is that probably at the end of this ceremony, we will be playing the video of Nathaniel. Then we all watch it and then get to see what Nathaniel produced. So when we are getting closer to the end, that is what we'll be using to close Nathaniel's video. Congratulations to Nathaniel. And some of you are wondering what Nathaniel will be getting. So I'm pretty sure most of you are wondering what he will get. You are wondering, eh? Okay, wonder no more, because I'll be sharing with you briefly what you'll be getting. But before that, I'd like to hear Nathaniel share a few words before I tell you what he's going home with. So Nathaniel, if you're on the call, kindly share with us a few words that you have for winning the contest. How's the journey been for you? And then what are the next steps? What do you look forward to do after this contest. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. If you're on the call, you can unmute and then talk.
All right. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, please. We can hear you.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, just thank you. I really wasn't expecting this. I just go home from running some errands. So thank you very much, and I appreciate your support and everything. It was a long journey. It was quite stressful sometimes. I don't know. There was one person among the team that I was always pestering, always disturbing that person about the timing and everything. I know I disturb you a lot. Just bear with us. It's quite difficult sometimes. Like I said, I really wasn't expecting to win this. Thank you. And I made a suggestion, and I'm still standing by that suggestion. I wish we could pick a couple of us that are really serious about this animation thing, form a team that will be producing weekly or let's say monthly short series for the station. That is my humble suggestion, and I hope we can pick it up from there. And as I said again, thank you very much for this award.
Okay, thank you to Nathaniel. And I think I will jump in here to also give the floor to the first and second runner-up to also share their impression, please.
Should I go first?
Yes, please.
All right. Wow. I am excited, obviously. Yes, I am overjoyed. Thank you very much. It has been a huge honor. It was great to work with everyone, to get to meet all of you. I'm hoping to stay in touch with some of our mentors, right? Just so we can keep in touch. I do think Nathaniel's idea of producing content for the channel is for the network is a very good idea, and I'm looking forward to 2026 being there. We we look into that, right? Otherwise, thank you very much for the awards. I am very excited. This has made my evening, and it has actually ended. It has ended the year very well. It has ended the year in an amazing. This is an amazing third quarter. Actually, we've now finished the first quarter of the century, right? 2025 is coming to an end. 25 years into 2000, right? Into the 2000s. This is a good way to wrap that quarter up, right? So I am hoping that you guys going forward will also. Well, Muna now, as I've been told, you rebranded, will be will be growing through the remaining 75 years of what's left in this century. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mark. We'll be glad to also hear from Mr. Samuel.
Yeah, good day, everybody. This is Samuel Adeji on the call. Well, I really want to appreciate the organizers of this contest. It was, in fact, I was before, as they were calling the winners. My heart was just like skipping very fast. It was beating very fast. I was like, oh my God, what is this tension all about? But it was a great competition. It was a great competition, and like I said also in my testimonial video, I have learned a lot. Yes, I've learned a lot about African stories, about how to craft our compelling stories that is children friendly. A lot has been impacted through these by the organizers through this program, even from the people that were brought to talk to us, as well on different topics, also on entrepreneurship. So it's a lot, and I really appreciate and I pray that Mona TV will keep rising and rising without any delay, without any hitch, in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you very much. All right.
Amen. 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 Thank you so much. Okay, so Emma, would you like to come in?
I think since we've heard from them, or maybe if you have a few words to respond to what they said, especially when Nathaniel mentioned, yes, so you can go ahead, sir.
Yes, please. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, so thank you all for participating. As indicated, it was a joy and a great pleasure and honor of putting this together. Now, what next? I think all of you, you know the reward that were indicated from the beginning of this competition. So we are going to reach out to you to disperse that, and ensure that you enter in full possession of the reward that were indicated for the program. Concerning the second aspect about the like continuing producing content for the Muna TV platform, that's a great one because ideally, as we all know, the idea behind putting together Muna TV is the belief and the strong conviction that there is value in creating an edutainment platform for African children and African family. If we all know how animation are loving and valuable, we also believe that having a platform where Africans can see and watch stories about themselves, stories about their history, stories about, modern society, like heroes, that truly reflect African, that would be of great value. But again, there's this dilemma that we are currently facing. On the first ground, creating animation it requires time, it requires money, for quality animation. And number two, we have the market where most of the parents, most of the schools with whom we are engaging will let you know that, oh yes, I like what you are doing. Actually, many parents, and schools in Ghana here are in love with the concept, but the amount of content that we have for now is not enough. And it takes time to do it, basically. So they are looking for content, or content require investment, But for us to get the investment, the investor will tell you that for me to come on board and invest seriously into what you do, I need to see some traction. I don't know if you see the kind of sandwich in which we are, where we need investors to sponsor the creation of longer or better quality animation. But these investors are not willing to come on board unless there is some level of traction. The traction will come from the level of the parents, and the parents will let you know, before we patronize your product, we need a certain number of animation available. What we identify as being the way out will be to focus on the priority of the market. The priority of the market, we identify two key ones. Number one, using animation to produce history, like African heroes, So we are looking forward to put in place a series, as Nathaniel was suggesting, of African heroes from different African countries. So we are going to pick each country and then identify what are the key heroes or leaders from that country who could be of inspiring value for African students, and then we'll be producing that. This is something that is of value for the schools, because during the engagement that we had with the schools, we noticed that the school are willing to patronize the product, to patronize the platform and subscribe if there is content that will be of value to support the teaching in classes, mostly private schools. The public schools are not that much our target for now, because most of the public schools do not have the digital infrastructure like TV, internet, to be able of doing that during their class. But for private school, they are interested for history or documentary-oriented type of content, So which means that that's something that we could explore together after this. A second type of content, which we also integrated during the training, was around, series or longer term content, like animation that are being, taught over the long term and then divided in episode. People will be interested in purchasing and buying if they realize that, the content is not over, like they have started and there is a need to come for more. It's like, a bit like Naruto, a bit like One Piece. or most of the Japanese anime. They were successful because the animators took time to think long term and divide, their storyline into episodes. This is the type of content that we will be able of basically selling on the platform. Is there a demand for it? Yes, we know there is a demand. Now it's about us finding a way of bridging that gap, and we really look forward to your input, to your ideas, in order to make this a stronger platform where we will have more content created by the animators for African children, African family, the African population. But in general, these are the two types of content that we'll be able to monetize. What does it mean? It means that you can disseminate any other type of content via us. Like, we want Muna TV to be like the Netflix of African animation. So your creation, you can have them on your Instagram, but you can also come and upload them on Muna TV. But those that will be able to be monetized are those that will be of value for the paying customers, which are the schools and also users who are looking for episodes. So that's basically what we look forward to do as next steps. Any of those among you who are interested in exploring that, please feel free to indicate. If you have feedback, feel free to share. I will give the floor to Nathaniel. I saw him raising his hand.
All right. Thank you very much. I understand the dilemma of people wanting to see a lot of progress before the how do I even put it, before they start supporting, right? And I understand animation also takes time and it takes effort, but anything that is worth doing is actually worth waiting for. So with what I suggested again and what you just said, if we really want to do this, like what you just suggested, the African heroes, we could have a couple of us that are dedicated to do this. First of all, not for the capital at the initial part. Yes, we all want money. I want money myself. But we have to understand that at the initial part, it's going to be difficult. We need to put some content down before we can advertise ourselves to get the supporters. So those of us that are on board with this idea, and I don't know if Mona also on board with this, we can start with a couple of animations to pilot down. Let's say we have a couple of them. Before we take it out, try to seek investors. That is what I wanted to say.
Exactly. We are on the same line. Any other feedback? Any other idea from the community? Okay. So if there are no, how long is the target length for the episode? For now, I think we don't want to restrict the episode length, but I think it's all about long enough to communicate meaning, But one thing that we have done in our market research, we realized that the youth of today are very, very having a short attention span, which means that we cannot produce animation of like 20 minutes or 30 minutes as Japanese. For the African market, we believe that the type of shot, the type of animation that will easily make people consume faster, it should be averagely less than 10 minutes, 7 to 10, sometimes 5, sometimes 3 minutes. As far as each episode communicates a meaning and enable the viewer, to continue the storyline from one episode to another, we believe that should be okay, And also concerning the type of animation, it does not necessarily need to be 3D. 2D actually works perfectly fine. I believe we share this Kenyan studio, the name, this Kenyan studio. Emma, please, can you remind me? The Kenyan Fat Boy. I think we share some animation from Fat Boy, right? Who was able of watching their animation of Fat Boy? Because Fat Boy animation are very short, usually 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, but they are very, very effective in effectively communicating a message. Okay, so okay, I saw Fat Boy, yes. Braille Trump, yes, exactly. Caleb also did so. Okay, yes, Caleb, do you want to talk, or you are confirming that you have saw Fat Boy?
Just confirming I saw it. I did some research on it. So
Yes, yes. Okay, so that's basically what we wanted to share. The last update that we'll be sharing before we close today's session is I think I mentioned it, the African Animation Academy. We believe that animation training currently is quite expensive, on the continent. Sometimes some of animation training programs that have been organized are kind of $600, $2,000, and the rest, But today there are a lot of resources, quality resources on animation that can be fully done remotely. So we are currently engaging. There are some animation studio in Ivory Coast. There are some also that we are engaging, like Fat Boy also from Kenya. And we want to put in place a digital curriculum, to train on animation that anybody, anywhere can take it fully online at his own pace, so that without support, you connect to the platform, you take the course, and you are able of producing something at the end, But Muna TV ultimately will be the repository or the streaming platform where anybody in the animation industry in Africa can freely come and post what he has done, share it. A bit like if you guys know Behance, you know Behance, right? For graphic, visuals, and all of that. We want Muna TV to be the Behance for African animation. We want Muna TV to be the Crunchyroll. There's also a platform known as Crunchyroll for the Japanese cartoon, the Crunchyroll for African animation. And we are looking forward to each and every one of you to be an ambassador, to promote the platform. If you have other animators who are looking for a platform to share their content, invite them to do so on the Muna TV platform, right? And as we have already indicated, once the content grow in visibility and reach a certain threshold, we will be able to monetize the content that we have. We want to be as transparent as possible, as open as possible, and as collaborative as possible. Any feedback you have concerning the platform, any idea, any suggestion, feel free to reach out, to share your feedback, and we'll be glad to integrate it. There is a development team with Mr. Bright, Mr. Aram, who are always looking for your feedback, for your ideas. But we want the platform to respond to your needs, to respond to your desire, to respond to what you want to do, But aside being a platform for distribution, it will also allow you to display the various work that you have done as an animator. It will also make it easy for people to discover your work in alignment with other animators who are also on the platform. And we'll close by informing that after this, we will be sending you an email for the winners concerning the next step for your awards. And number two, we will also organize all of those who participated, as the first cohort for the Muna platform, like the Muna website, with your description of what you do, references of your work, and links about where or how to contact you. So we will be reaching out after this, to reach out to you to provide those information so that it will also contribute in increasing your visibility. We are currently in touch with an investor who is doing a due diligence process, Innovest Africa, and once we are through and funds are being injected, we'll be able of scaling up what we are currently doing. So thank you all for your input. In the agenda, the last element of today is basically the group picture. So I will invite each and everyone, kindly put your picture or your camera on. We'll take a group picture and we'll call it a day. Thank you. Group picture. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Are we ending with Nathaniel video?
I'll be playing the compilation again. So those who couldn't get to watch can watch it again.
Okay. Anybody else? Putting your camera on. Joy, Grace, Blessing, Wami, Chris, and Nick. Okay. Okay.
I'm amazed it's still daytime where you guys are.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So kindly smile, beautiful smile. Okay, I took a first one. Okay, some of you have just put their camera on. So let me take another one. Smile. Perfect. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. And again, we are very, very open to feedback. Any feedback that you have, any contribution, any idea, any constructive critic, feel free to reach out. There are media outlets that will be taking on, the PR concerning the event. We are going to amplify your visibility as much as possible on our site. Thank you all for your participation. We really appreciate the time, the commitment, the tenacity. We started almost 40 and we are closing, I think we're 32 today, so there are some that couldn't maintain the momentum, and we are very grateful that you were able of keeping it till the end. We wish you all the best. We are available. Kindly reach out to us anytime that you have new projects, new idea that you would like to share. Thank you, and we wish you all the best. Bye.
So I'm playing the video now. I'll be playing the video again.
Yes. Please play the video.
All right.
Kale.
My throat is dried and banched.
Education is for everyone.
It must be so. It must be so.
Cholera, typhoid. They're having a party in the dirty water.
Though your beginnings may be small, your later days can be very great.
Okay, everyone.
Hallelujah.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, I wish
Have a
you a blessed
wonderful
day. We'll keep the group active. So even after the program, we will be sharing resources, information, funding opportunities, and all of that we get from our partners and from our network. Feel free to also share opportunities that you find also in your space. Thank you so much, and let's stay in touch. Bye.
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 Bye.